Here's a little review on reading notes from the treble clef. The treble clef looks like this, and it is used for the high instruments in the band and orchestra, and it is also used for the right hand of the piano. The treble clef is made up of lines and spaces. If a note is written so the line goes directly through it, then we call that note on the line. If a note is written so it's between the lines, then we call that in the space. Now we're looking at the head of the note, so it doesn't matter if it has a stem or a body to it. We still look at the head of the note. So this first note right here is still considered on the line, regardless of where the stem goes. And this second note right here is still considered on the space, regardless of where the stem goes. Same thing if it's colored in. The line is still going straight through that note, so it's still on the line. And this one, the note is still between the lines, so that's still considered to be in space. Let's take a look at the lines now. There are 5 lines on the treble clef, and from bottom to top, they're E, G, B, D, and F. Most students like to use a fun saying to help them remember that. Down here at the bottom, there are lots of different sayings that you can choose from. My favorite one is right here, empty garbage before Dad flips. Because when I was a kid, my dad would really flip if my brother and I did not take care of the garbage when we were supposed to. So that'll help you remember. Bottom line is empty garbage before Dad flips. Now the spaces are even easier to remember because from bottom to top, they spell face. So that bottom note's an F, and then an A, and then a C, and then an E. Let's look at that when we put them all together now. So here are our lines, empty, garbage, before, Dad, flips, and our spaces, F, A, C, E. Remember, we always count from bottom to top. When we put those together, you might notice we get the alphabets. So we start here, and there's E, F, G. G is the end of the musical alphabet, so we start back over at A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now there's a couple notes on this right end here that don't really fit into any sayings. But if you know all about the musical alphabet, all you have to do is keep going. So after F comes G. After G in the musical alphabet is A. And as notes get higher, you just keep counting up in the alphabet. On the other side, the same is true, but we've got to count backwards. So before E in the alphabet is D. And before D in the alphabet is C. And here's a couple really important notes right down here, this C and this D. You should think of those two notes kind of like sight notes. The D is the note we're currently using as the key note for Ode to Joy and Jingle Bells when we play in the key of D. That's where your thumb goes in your right hand. And the C was our key note from the beginning of the year when we played songs like Hot Cross Buns, or Mary Had a Little Lamb, or Soft Kitty. You set up with your thumb on that C. I hope this helps you with reading the notes of the treble clef. Play a couple of those games that I posted in Edmodo.